Definitely, big thing is third downs for sure. That kept us on the field a lot, so we got exhausted and just let their drives extend. So they were wearing us down, but we fought through adversity and got the win. I don't think there was too many adjustments. I think we were just tired from being on the field, so we just had to, be more physical and just run to the ball and just do those little things right. No, not too many adjustments. No. Yeah, I think so. I mean, the past years we've always came in that back in the second half in games, so I think we're used to fighting through adversity. But it was just figuring out this team could do the same. And I think that really helped us through the season. It'll help us knowing that we can do that, coming back from that and getting that win. Yeah, definitely. Just not letting them in the end zone, letting them score the least amount of points possible is a big thing. So I think those blocked field goals we had and, getting those turnovers in a good position, I think that definitely contributed to the win. Oh, definitely. Everyone has those little jitters, especially the first game. That's the one they played. They get a little nervous in there, but I think once you get your first couple drives in, you start getting used to the pace and everything, and you get more comfortable and start making plays. Well, they're a good team too, so they've improved a lot since last year. So we're expecting a physical team. Teams that come out and get us because we're defending conference champs. So we're expecting that. We can't let up, and we know we're gonna have to bring it 10 times harder than we did this last game because we didn't look that physical on film and we were just tired. So I think the way we're practicing this week is definitely going to improve how the game will go. I think it goes through my mind, but it doesn't change the fact that we're out for teams too. We're not going to look at ourselves and just be scared. We're going to go after them just like they're going to go after us. So I think it doesn't change much, but it's in the back of my head for sure. We're game planning for it, so we'll be ready for anything. They got the quarterback back, and he's a runner, so we have to count for him. But I think we'll be solid on all aspects, run and pass, just how our defense is. So I don't think it'll give us too much of a problem. Definitely has got to get better for sure. There's way too many missed tackles, but I mean the way practice goes, we don't tackle that much. That's expected, kind of in the first game, just trying to fill that out. Think we'll definitely be a lot better this week, just because we've been emphasizing that all week on practice. So it'll show up on film for sure.
I think there's a little bit difference. They got a new D coordinator for their team, so I think they're going to be I think they're going to be stronger secondary wise. I think their corners are a lot better, personally, just by watching on film. They come up, they're aggressive, they're pretty aggressive. So we just gotta be prepared and attack. Absolutely. I think Coach McCray was like, just study this film, theirs against Northwest, and we're like, we'll do, because we were sitting there scattering around all the last year's film from UCM. So it helps that we can get a look on what they're gonna run, because that's what they did last week. They kind of leave some holes in their defense. UCM did as well, but Missouri Western's a team that I think that just if we can take what they give us, we'll be good to go. So I think eliminate the penalties is a big thing, and just eliminate the miss assignments, and take advantage of opportunities, take what they give you, and attack them. Don't ease into the game like we kind of did that whole game, pretty much. Like you said, 3 quarters. Go out from the first snap of the ball and just get after it. It's going to be big. With a couple O linemen out right now, we have to have some people step up. That's for sure. Getting that running game established is going to be big, both running and passing. So yeah, it's different, but I kind of like away games. Just and especially Missouri Western, they have a nice facility, and then to go in there and go and beat them, that'd be awesome. So absolutely, and it's just as a team, offense and defensively, we faced adversity well in that game. There was a lot of things that just necessarily wasn't going our way, and we battled through it and we got through it, and we ended up with a win.
We didn't play very well at all in that game. I didn't think we came out physical. I think we came out a little bit timid, not ready to play, and Central hit us in the mouth, and we didn't know how to respond for 3.5 quarters. And finally, the last half of the fourth quarter, we figured some things out. I thought offensively, there's still some blocking things that we need to work on, especially picking up blitzes, keeping the ball in bounds, for our receivers to make plays as well, and and capitalize on big, play opportunities. I mean, there's 3 or 4 plays I think could have gone for touchdowns that, we didn't take advantage of. It was short ball or throwing our guys out of bounds, or just dropping the ball in itself. And then tackling, it was, on defense it was tackling, which I knew it was going to be pretty bad, because game 1 every year we're terrible tacklers, and everybody in the country is terrible tacklers because nobody really tackles live in practice anymore. But that's the main thing. Just we came out a little timid. We weren't aggressive. We weren't physical. We didn't play the game like Tigers usually play the game, and we kind of held back a little bit until the end of the fourth quarter. But sometimes you do that, you hurt yourself more than anything, and it was confidence. I didn't think we played real confident in that game. I think we were just kind of feeling things out to see, okay, how's Central going to react and how are they going to play. And they came out hitting on all cylinders, offensively and defensively, and we didn't. And so I think that got kind of back of our kids' head a little bit. They started questioning themselves a little bit. But I think as the game rolled on, and after halftime, we played a lot better game after halftime. But it's just us doing what we're supposed to do, take advantage of the opportunities, tackle better, and make some big plays. We'll see. We're still trying to get those guys. I mean, we'll hold them out a couple of days here, just kind of see where they're at. If not, we just got to move on to the next guy, and that's kind of how we've been here at 4 days. It's always the next guy's got to step in and play. But we'll see with those guys. It might be a week away, maybe 2 weeks, but I think they'll be back here within the next couple of weeks at least. It's a challenge, and Coach Bryant's going to have his hands full, and those guys, somebody's got to step up to the plate and play. We're just going to move some guys around that haven't played certain positions before, but like Romello Burke, maybe put Romello at center now, or try on Amari, at center as well, and Gober playing tackle, or Hunter Hayes, who's going to be a freshman playing tackle. Just one of those guys who can get the job done the best. But just put it together. I mean, we've got confidence in all those guys. They just got to get used to the position pretty quick because we're right around the corner and we're playing. They seem to be more athletic than they have been in the past. They play a lot faster than they have in the past since last year. A little more physical as well. Defensively, they changed a little bit. They play more of a 4-2-5 like we do defensively, which is different from years past of what they usually played. Offensively, the quarterback, he was there last year, but he was hurt in our game. But he's an athletic kid, runs very well. Reminds me a lot of Bowles, but probably a little bit faster than Bowles. Excuse me. Some good skill receivers, good running backs, big offensive line. But they're better. They've improved tremendously. Through last fall and through this spring to make themselves a really good football team. So we got to be ready to go because they're going to be tough and they're going to be geared up for us especially. Yeah, we got to get established. In the first series. I think that's just the way you win ball games. If you can't run the ball, you become one-dimensional, and teams can kind of pin their ears back and get after you a little bit more. So we got to find a way to get that run game established. They're doing some things up front that we weren't used to or we didn't see, from them in previous years. And they brought the house quite a bit. They brought a lot of pressure, a lot of twists, and that's something we didn't practice a lot, through the week because we didn't see that a lot on film. So our kids adjusted well. We showed them at halftime what exactly was happening, and we found some holes, but it's still, if there's a little seam, Aheem was a perfect example. If you give him 6 inches, he could take it to the house. And our guys got to do a better job of just seeing those little holes and putting it through there and breaking a couple tackles and getting vertical. He just, trusted in himself. I mean, he's a good football player. He really is. I'm just using his vision a little bit more. I mean, I think all kids right now struggle with peripheral vision and seeing holes, and that's something that we work on every day in practice. And just trusting himself. If it's not there, I'm fine with 3-4 yards. I mean, I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be a big play every single time. If we can wear down a defense, offensively because of our run game, we want to do that. And that's something he just got to trust in and trust the blocks in front of him. Sometimes he just gets a little impatient and needs to be more patient, just let those things develop before he decides to bounce it outside or go a different direction. But that just comes with time, and time of wanting to be that guy, that plays 40, 50 snaps a game. And, it'll come. I think it's just him just keep filling out this first week, and hopefully this week he's a lot better. I mean, I thought Jamar Davis had a great game. He could have had a couple more catches if the ball was just in the right spot, but his speed is, I mean, it's hard to find speed like that. I think he played well except for the one stupid penalty he had on Truss's, screenplay. I thought Starks did a great job on defense, for a young guy. I thought he did really good, coming in certain situations, and a lot on special teams. He did good for us. And then just Amari, playing that offensive line position. He's never played O-line. He was, defensive line when he first got here. That's his first game as a starter on the offensive line, and I thought he did a tremendous job as well. So, I thought Hickman, the running back, played good for his first game, with us as well, even though he's a junior, but that first year in the system, I thought he even had some nice runs. And, but I thought, those young guys that came in, they did a good job. I mean, I thought they played hard. They got after it, did things we asked them to do. Bucky had a great game as well. He did some great things, catching a ball and blocking. I thought he played physical in that game as well. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's week one, and I hope we get a lot better in week two. And I tell guys all the time, really that first game is about special teams. Changing field position, and which we did that. A lot of that game had some big returns. Dante's 80-something yard, punt from our own end zone was a huge, huge part. Even though they drove down, I think that series, and scored or got 3 points. I remember they fumbled. I can't remember exactly what happened, but that's a huge part for us. Give them short field, they score early. There's a lot of momentum. On kickoff, I thought our guys did a good job, on kickoff coverage. I thought they did a good job on punt coverage, protecting our punter. But I thought our special teams coach did a great job of getting those guys ready, to play this game. And we have to still get better each week on special teams. But you win and lose ball games on special teams, and I thought we won the special teams battle. Just playing better than we did last week. I mean, that's the whole key. Every kid's got to get better at their position, offensively and defensively. I think offensively we've got to be able to establish the run game and open up our play action package and hit some of those deep balls that we did in this first game. Defensively, I think we're just better tacklers. We created some turnovers, which we need to create some more, but we did create some turnovers and pursuing to the ball a little bit more than what we did and not playing so hesitant and trusting in ourselves. I think the main thing with the whole team is just trusting your abilities and being confident, with what you have. I mean, you guys have been playing this game since you're probably 8 years old, maybe 6. That's kind of when I started playing, but you've played a long time. You've practiced a lot. You know exactly what we're doing. But it's being confident in your ability and just going and making the plays. And I think that's the big key this week. We just got to go play football and make plays and trust in what we're doing and trust the guys around us. I think if we do those things, we'll have a really good game. Right now, I don't know. I mean, after that first game, I don't know really where they're at, and we had some good talks. I think the very first thing was the physical part of the game and being confident in their own abilities. I think they were, not playing to their potential. I really don't think we played to our potential. I just thought we played a little gun shy, a little nervous, a little tight, instead of just trusting in ourselves and trusting in what we're doing. And maybe it's because there is some different pieces to the puzzle, in different areas. But, we got to get better, and that's all there is to it. They just need to be confident, trust themselves. But, do your job, and that's the only job you have to do. If you do your part, things are going to work out. I think this week he's going to be more comfortable than he was last week. We don't see a lot of three-man front, a lot of defenders, a lot of man coverage, a lot of blitzes, and a lot of twists, a lot of different coverages, like we did last week. Central or Mo West is going to line up like we do defensively. I mean, they're almost identical to us defensively. So he's seen that for 3 weeks straight now. So he'll feel more comfortable with that as well. And I think it's just him being in his comfort zone, seeing things a little bit better, finding out what routes he likes to throw. Which ones are going to work for him, and just making sure he's comfortable, making sure we protect him. But a couple of those throws, sometimes it's that first game. You got a little more juice, put a little bit more too much mustard on it, or you're throwing it just a little bit too deep. But that's week one quarterbacks. Either they're really, really good or they're really, really bad. I'm not saying Jake was really bad, but there was a few throws that he should have made that he makes in practice, and he just needs to believe in himself and be confident. I mean, he stresses himself out more than anybody else. He just needs to relax and trust in himself and trust in the system and what we're doing and make the throws and make the reads. And he's very, very capable of it. And I see him this week having a great week for us. Just give us some depth, especially, and he's, he wasn't here very long before we played game one, so he's still trying to figure out what we're doing defensively. I think once he understands what we're really doing and playing confident and not thinking anymore, he's going to be a really, really good ball player. It's just right now he's thinking out there. Am I in the right gap? Am I lined up right? Okay, what are we doing here? Are we slanting? Are we twisting? Are we blitzing? Where am I supposed to be? And I think that's a lot of it, now going through Malik's head. But, he's a good football player. He's athletic. He's got a great punch. He's a strong kid. And, I think once everything calms down and he really understands what we're doing defensively, he's going to be great for us. I think that helps us. I think, Nathan himself, Coach Ike, being our D-line coach, you got to love the head coach. I mean, that's probably why he came here. But it really goes down to, I think he felt comfortable when he was here. He saw what Nathan did when he was here. He knows what kind of guy Coach Ike is and how he's going to be, taught the techniques and fundamentals, and he's going to have that guy holding him accountable, whether it's a false step, whether it's wrong hand placement, not just somebody that's going to wine and dine him because he's a D1 transfer. He's going to get treated just like everybody else. I think that intrigued him a little bit. He didn't want to be treated any different. He wanted to be coached hard and want to be coached the right way. And I think he saw that when he coming here, he'd have the best opportunity to go to the next level if he got that opportunity.